If you're interested in an LLC business credit card from KeyBank, this is actually the video you need to watch. Let me first start with the approach that you need to have here. Okay, what do you really need to have if you apply for a KeyBank LLC business credit card? It's very important to understand that KeyBank has a constellation of credit cards, as we'll see very soon, and you have to be really clear about the particular card that you need. Okay, and KeyBank will actually ask you at a minimum, they'll ask you for your EIN. So we're talking about your business tax ID number. And if you're a sole proprietor, they'll actually ask you for your social security number. Okay, so both options are possible. And they'll ask you for your legal business name and structure. So whether you're an LLC, you're an S Corp, C Corp. In this case, we're speaking about LLC strictly. So you have to say whether or not you are a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC, in which case you have to provide more information about the co-founders. And KeyBank wants to have a clear idea about the beneficial ownership of the LLC, the date, country, and state business, the state in which the business was formed. And if you have been in existence for a while, they will ask you for your gross annual sales and net profit. This is really important. And in most cases, they'll also ask personal information about the founders. In other words, they want to have a clear idea about people who are behind the business, the LLC. So they ask for the social security number, the date of birth, name and address and phone, your role in the organization. So you, the person who is about to open the business credit card for the LLC, and they also might ask you for your personal income. And the thing we tell everybody here is that all our viewers is that if you want to apply for a KeyBank LLC business credit card, please go to a branch. Go to a branch. KeyBank is not a national bank. They are a regional player, but they do have branches everywhere in the geographies that they cover. Okay, so chances are you probably have a KeyBank branch not far from you. So it's just a lot better to bring your paperwork, your LLC paperwork, to the KeyBank, and so you can open your LLC business credit card from the branch. Very important. Okay, you can open everything at the branch. Now, let me give you an overview about the whole LLC business credit cards from KeyBank. So you have 3 credit cards that you want to focus on. But before I do that, please allow me to welcome you back to the show. It's just fantastic. We love having you here. Please take notes if you want to. It's just we're very happy. So the first LLC business credit card from KeyBank is called the KeyBank Business Cash Rewards. Okay, this is a card that is really great for your LLC. It allows you to actually earn 2% cash back on purchases. So if you have a limited liability company and you are willing to earn cash back on purchases, this card will be actually great for you. You have unlimited cash back, no expiration, no categories. We love that. You have 0% APR for 6 months on purchases and balance transfers. Okay, now the only thing is balance transfers must be made in the first 60 days of account opening to qualify for the introductory APR. And after that, you have a variable APR that goes from 18.24% to 28.24% based on your credit worthiness. And you also have a welcome offer, $200 bonus cash back on the first $1,000 spent in the first 60 days. The APR, I just said it, goes from 18.24 to 28.24. And what we love about this LLC business credit cards, the KeyBank Business Cash Rewards, is that it actually is great for LLC members who want to actually diversify their rewards, actually. Okay, because think about it, you earn 2% unlimited cashback rewards. You can grow your rewards without limits. You can redeem your cashback easily. Fantastic. It really helps if you have an existing KeyBank relationship, because you're going to have to sign on to KeyBank Business Online to redeem your rewards as a statement credit or direct deposit to an account of your choice. So if you choose this card as your LLC business credit card, you always get employee cards at no additional cost. You have $0 liability fraud protection. You have automatic payments. You have secure online business banking. You have fast, easy purchases. And the cool thing is you have all the benefits of MasterCard. Fantastic. The second LLC business credit card from KeyBank I want to acquaint you with today is called the KeyBank Business Rewards. The cool thing about this card is that if your LLC wants to have is looking for generous points with no limits, no deadlines, this is the card for you. With this card, your LLC can actually redeem points for statement credits, travel, gift cards, merchandise, and more. We love that a lot. And the cool thing is that you have a 0% introductory APR for 6 months on purchases and balance transfers. Think about it. And after that, the APR will oscillate from 16.24% to 26.24% based on credit worthiness. This is kind of cool. And the cool thing is you also have a welcome offer, 100,000 bonus points, a $200 value, and you have that on 1,000 spent in the first 60 days when you have a qualifying LLC KeyBank checking account. Okay, so overall, this is a great card, and what we love here is that you have a constellation of features and benefits also. So, for example, you have unlimited rewards points. In other words, you are earning 10 points per dollar, 2% cash equivalent spent on purchases including gas, travel, restaurants, and telecommunications. You also earn 5 points per dollar on all other purchases. Okay, and the cool thing is that the benefits are also similar to what I said before about the KeyBank Business Cash Rewards, because your LLC will also get employee cards at no additional cost. Fantastic, we love that. We just love the sound of that. You have $0 liability fraud protection, automatic payments, secure online banking, fast, easy purchases, and all the benefits of MasterCard. So if your LLC is looking for rewards, is not interested in cash rewards, but purely rewards, then you want to go for the KeyBank Business Rewards. But if you want cash back, then you want to go for the KeyBank Business Cash Rewards. This is really important. Obviously, what we love also about KeyBank is that for your LLC, they do have a mishmash of other benefits. For example, you can enjoy MasterCard ID theft protection, MasterCard receipt management, Master rental insurance coverage, and business discounts. Just fantastic. The third card I want to acquaint you with today is called the KeyBank Business, which is a great card also for your LLC. And by the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having an overview about KeyBank LLC business credit cards from KeyBank. And I want to talk to you about the KeyBank Business. Now, this is the most basic LLC business credit card from KeyBank. Okay, it doesn't have rewards. It doesn't have cash back, not at all. This is the card that allows you to build business credit. You are able to actually improve cash flow. Okay, this is really important. So you have a 0% introductory APR for 6 months on purchases and balance transfers. Okay, this is kind of cool. The APR will actually fluctuate from 15.24% to 25.24%. So you do have they always have this 10 points delta. If you think about it, 18.24, 28.24, 16.24, 26.24, and now we have 15.24 and 25.24. Now this card has no rewards, no cashback rewards, no mileage, nothing at all. Okay, so this is a card that allows your LLC to manage its cash flow and organizational expenses. So this is kind of cool. And so this is unsecured, though. It is unsecured. And it is what it is. But one thing we want to say here is that this card is kind of cool if your LLC just started. Let's say you just started and you're just trying to find your ways around, trying to really you're trying to understand you're trying to build credit, right? You want to build credit. But you do have a little bit of credit, though. You don't have bad credit, and you have a strong relationship with KeyBank. What will happen here is that KeyBank will actually they will start your LLC with the KeyBank Business Card, and then after a while, based on the cash inflows and cash outflows, and based on your own needs, they might actually bump you up to a KeyBank Business Rewards card or to a KeyBank Business Cash Rewards card. Okay, depending on your needs also, but also how you're using the card. But please, when you have the KeyBank Business, please always pay on time. If you can pay in full, fantastic. If you cannot pay in full, that's fine too, but you want to pay on time. Really quintessential. Let me give you a bonus here. If you have been following so far, really appreciate it. So the thing here is that KeyBank actually has a great dashboard online where they allow, actually the bank allows your LLC to manage its business cash inflows and cash outflows relating to the business credit card. So you can actually manage your business, your KeyBank business credit card in KeyBank Business online. That's how they call it. Okay. So basically it is a platform that actually centralizes all your expenses, that allows your LLC to know exactly how much it's paying on what and when. Okay. And so you can also actually, by the way, you can also add authorized users to your KeyBank business credit cards. This is really cool because the thing is, as a primary account holder, you may choose to set up additional authorized users in KeyBank Business Online. So these users will be able to view balances, make payments, make transfers, and more, depending on the access you allow. So you are always in control, okay? And the thing is that the primary account holder may choose to actually revoke those privileges at any time, okay? And remember that the guarantors, only the LLC guarantors, may redeem points. The authorized users cannot. Okay, so you will earn points every time you make a purchase with your KeyBank Business Rewards cards. You can earn 10 points per dollar spent on gas, travel, restaurants, and telecommunications. Those 10 points they're really a cash equivalent of 2% of every dollar spent in those categories. You can earn 5 points per dollar. Okay, that's the 1% cash equivalent for all your other purchases. So this is really good here, okay? And you can redeem your points for statement credits, direct deposits, travel, gift cards, charity donations, and merchandise. It really depends on you. And you can redeem your rewards points easily and securely in KeyBank Business Online. So long story short, the cool thing is you can actually access this KeyBank Business Online either on the internet on your desktop or via the mobile app. So you have two options here. So overall, when we think about LLC business credit cards from KeyBank, we have three categories. We have KeyBank Business Cash Rewards, we have KeyBank Business Rewards, and the lower tier, quote unquote lower tier, the KeyBank Business. Now, let me share with you a few mistakes that your LLC must actually avoid if you're trying to actually get a credit card from KeyBank. Okay, this is really important, and before I even talk about that, by the way, let me give you a few pro tips. Before I talk about the mistakes that you should avoid, let me give you a few pro tips. And I want to remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about LLC business credit cards from KeyBank, right? Okay. So why should you use an LLC business credit card instead of a personal credit card? Well, you are trying to keep your LLC business and personal finances separate, right? You're trying to divorce your personal finances from your LLCs. And this is really cool because it simplifies taxes and cash flow management, right? So you're clear about what you're spending your cash on and so on and so forth. And one way to do this is to charge your LLC business expenses to a credit card specifically for your LLC business. You also can build your LLC business's credit rating, right? Because you're able to actually to report your transactional history to all the, not you, but the issuer, to all the credit reporting agency, which in turn will help you expand purchase equipment and have other business expenses. So this is really good. You have convenience spending, rewards, and employee expenses, right? So you're able to keep track of LLC business credit card transactions with your accounting software. Plus, you get the most out of your expenses you're already making by getting rewards you can use to further benefit your LLC business. And so if you are trying to choose an LLC business credit card, please pay attention to things like special offers, very important, APRs and fees, those are also important, the rewards, Some will actually come with an annual fee, and there are some protection benefits. Luckily, for KeyBank, they don't have actually annual fees, so this is really good. So you are able. Did you have late payment fees? They have other fees though, but in terms of charging you for a fee every year, they don't have that. But this is kind of cool. This gives you the opportunity to actually step in and get the card that you need, so you can start building credit and also reap all the other benefits I just mentioned. Very, very, very important. Now let me talk to you about the 5 LLC business credit card mistakes you should avoid. Okay, and this will actually help you a lot in terms of knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. The first one is, please do not mix your LLC business and personal expenses. I just mentioned that. This is really important. Okay, and the thing is that an LLC business credit card makes it easy to keep track of business purchases, but if you're using your card for personal purchases too, you could face a headache come tax time, especially if you're not keeping careful track of receipts, right? In addition, you may lose your ability to deduct interest or the annual fee if you're using your card exclusively for LLC business purchases. If you're not using that card exclusively, for that. And you can always check with your tax advisors, okay? And if your LLC business is not incorporated, this is not good. If it is incorporated, mixing LLC business and personal purchases may make it harder to maintain a legal protection of your LLC business entity. Very important. And the second mistake is financing the wrong purchases. So your LLC business credit card is not just a convenient and safe payment method. It also actually offers you a line of credit that allows you to finance purchases over time. So using your credit card this way is convenient and will not require a new credit application or open your request to scrutiny by a lender. What with some cards offering let's say 0% intro APR for as long as 12 to 18 months on LLC business credit card purchases and or cash advances, credit cards may provide a very cheap way to preserve cash flows for your LLC business. So take advantage of that. And the third thing is that missing out on rewards. So LLC business credit card rewards can add up quickly, but if you haven't thought about your rewards lately, you may not be getting the right rewards, right? So let me give you an example. You have travel rewards. Maybe you are paying a high annual fee for a premium airline miles card, but you have canceled in-person LLC business trips for the near future. Or perhaps your fuel costs have increased and a gas card with bonus cashback could save you money, right? Finally, if you're thinking of switching to a new card, consider that many issuers are offering welcome offers with additional points, miles, or cashback if you meet specific spending threshold within the first few months of card ownership. So things you have to think about. Another mistake you need to really pay attention to is paying late. I mean, this is a mistake that you never want to have to. You never want to have to make, right? I mean, if you get your LLC business credit card from KeyBank or another provider for that matter, please make sure that you pay on time. And we have actually covered on other shows. We have actually said, listen, if you think that if you are not really sure you can actually make on-time payments, at least when you get the statement, pay right away. You want to pay like the minimum due right away, and then wait for maybe later on to pay the additional balance you want to pay. But the minimum due, you want to pay it right away. This is really important. It's going to help you actually stay clear of problems. Okay, you want to pay the cool thing is that paying bills on time is not just good for your personal credit score. It's also great for your business credit score because your paydesk score, for example, takes into account how often you pay your bills on time. Okay, and if you want to have a score of 80 or better, you need to make your payments on time. And the last mistake that you need to actually make sure that you avoid is to fall victim to fraud. Now, credit card, including LLC business credit cards, from PNC, KeyBank, or other players, they offer some of the best fraud protection of any payment method. You can dispute unauthorized purchases and purchases where the goods or services were not delivered as agreed. Those protections enshrined in the Truth in Lending Act extend to both consumer and business credit cards. but you can still get stuck with fraudulent purchases. How? Well, it depends on how you're using the card. Are you really actually, are you monitoring the expenses that you, because sometimes when we talk about fraud, people think, well, fraud is something exogenous that comes from the external world. No, you can have fraud within your own company, within your own LLC business. Okay, you can have an employee who's disgruntled, or you can have. People can always come up with many shenanigans to actually commit fraud. So the whole thing here is that you have to monitor. You have to have a system of checks and balances that make sure that you are actually you are preserving your LLC business from fraud. And if it does happen, as it might have, you want to be able to catch it up real quick so you don't lose a lot of cash. So those are really things you need to pay attention to if you have an LLC business credit card from KeyBank or another issuer. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about LLC business credit cards from KeyBank. We spoke about the KeyBank Business Cash Rewards, the KeyBank Business Rewards, the KeyBank Business, and I give you a few pro tips in terms of how and things you need to avoid in terms of business credit cards, like mixing business and personal expenses, financing the wrong purchases, missing out on rewards, paying late, and falling victim to fraud. Thank you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.